Okay, so how are you, sir?
I'm great. How's it going?
It's good. Great to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having me here at Rappler.
So what does it feel? How does it feel to be back here? I think your last year was in 2011.
Wow, yes. Yeah, it's been a while since the last time I was here. I played the NBC tent, and that was amazing. And you know, it's just been a wow. It's been a wait. It's been quite a wait. So here I am. I'm back.
So do you ever feel like you've been far away for so long that when you come back here, it's like everything's different. It's like you're a stranger to them.
Yeah, it takes some adjusting to again. You know, even though I got here like 4 or 5 days ago, I'm still adjusting to just everything new. Within the last year and a half, some new stuff, and then people, and just meeting new people, and then seeing people I haven't seen in a long time. So yeah, there's a bit of an adjustment to make this next trip, kind of like really comfortable.
So you've been touring year after year, and how has the Pinoy audience changed since you've started this?
The audience is, you know what? I think I'm playing to a newer generation too, and then the generation, my generation, us who are middle aged in our 40s, and they've been with me for the last couple decades, but then now you got this new younger batch, like 16 and 17-year-olds coming to the shows, and those are the new fans discovering the older stuff, and then kind of growing up with the new stuff that I'm putting. So yeah, I don't think the only thing that changes is the age groups, So and I like that.
So do you keep up with the times? Like, do you beef up your skits to cater to the younger audiences?
Nah, not necessarily to cater. I don't cater to one specific. I cater to myself. It's my voice. These are my ideas, and I don't expect everyone to agree with them. And if they do, hey, it's cool. We're on the same page, because that's me. That's my angle. That's how I see the world. I'm not gonna do this to make sure that I take care of your views. Yeah, no, that's because I'm still an independent, artist, and and even though I've chosen the craft of stand-up comedy, you have to have your own unique angle.
Okay, so how different is performing for Pinoys abroad with performing for Pinoys here in the Philippines? Is there a difference?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference, like here in the Philippines, stand-up comedy isn't totally established yet. I mean, other parts of Asia, it's we're all at the same kind of stage right now. But I think it all started maybe 10 years ago. The stand-up scene here in the Philippines. So, and it's nice to keep track. Every visit that I come back here and do a show, I get to get an update on how the scene is going. It's still in its infancy. It's not yet fully matured yet. But once it is, it's going to be your thing. This is yours now, this craft, and we've been doing it in the States for a long time. And even in England, they've got stand-up too. So, it's time for the Philippines because we have a rich tradition in comedy. Why not, right? Yeah.
And they say Filipinos are the happiest people in the world.
Yeah, right. And we know how to make, get a laugh out of anything.
Yeah.
Even in the worst of times, we will find a way to crack a smile and end up laughing. That's just how I was raised.
Okay, so how about your style? How has it changed through the years? I mean, are you more daring now, or?
You know what? When you get a little older, like me, and yeah, you got to stick to your guns. You have to, don't worry about offending everybody's sensibilities that don't match with yours. So you have to give into your own, inner courage. If you believe in the material, if there's something you need to say and it's funny, then that's yours. You got to do that. It's your duty to share it, and otherwise you hold it in, and your stuff never gets better. You're never going to be that the full potential of the comic you want to be.
So could you describe to us your process of creating jokes? Do you uh, pattern it over the current times or current issues?
Maybe I'm back and forth. Sometimes I'll throw in some current event stuff, but that I'm not going to hold on to that forever. It's because it's only good for like a week or two, and then. But the process, I try to write my stuff in a very universal kind of way. Has to, you know, if it works this week, I hope it works 10 years from now, or 27 years from now. And some of the bits have, you know, they've stood the test of time. So I got to pat myself on the back for, you know, knowing that, yeah, you know, I stuck to it, and I made sure that I stuck to the certain style and process of writing a routine that, you know, I can. Yeah, I did that back in '97. I can still tell it, you know, now in 2013, and it'll still get the same kind of reaction, you know, the same kind of laughter.
So how do you know when a joke is done? Like, do you laugh at it, or do you find your jokes funny first before saying, this is gonna?
I do all the planning in my head. I don't open mic. I don't like to do open mics because, you know, I've got my own standards already, my own way of filtering everything and restructuring if needed, you know, the joke. It's like architecture. You have to look at how it's engineered, you know, how it's joined together, you know, and then you know, throw something at it, and if it falls, you know, start over, you know. But if it's a framework that you really like, and you know, that's what joke writing is about. You know, you got a setup, you got a middle part, and then you got the payoff, which is the punchline, and then maybe something else. You know, I mean, you can go in different directions. You know, because it is still a writing art form.
Do you have a go-to joke, like something that you know automatically makes people laugh?
A go-to joke? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm not like one of those like, hey, I got a joke right now. Yeah, I got a million. No, you know, those are joke tellers, and you know, I think, you know, as a satirist, as a stand-up comic, yeah, it's, if you want to go that direction, you know, I mean, it's very difficult to write a joke. Not everyone can write a joke. You know, I'm still trying to, you know, figure out, you know, the do's and don'ts about writing a joke. You know, especially for my sensibility and my audience. You know, I'm making sure that I'm not going to write a joke that another comic should be telling. You know, it's something for me, and it's definitely something my audience wants to, you know, wants to hear.
So here in the Philippines, you know, the MTRCB has been closely monitoring gag shows.
Yeah.
You know, they even proposed a comedy academy for them. You know, so as a comedian, where do you draw the line between, you know, what's funny and what might be offensive to some people?
Well, you know, it's all. If you live in a country, you know, where the free speech is totally, you know, allowed, you know, hey, if people love torture comedy, insult comedy, and just really watching other people, you know, go through pain, you know, there's an audience for that. You know, it's not necessarily, you know, my style of comedy. I go a different direction, but you know, I'm not here to say yay or nay to a certain brand of comedy. I think that there should be all kinds of comedy, and you know, what you see at the really successful you know, comedy bars, you know, hey, they got their audience. That's awesome. You know, that's gonna last because they've got real professionals working. And you know, some people criticize their style because they're insult comics, but you know what? That's what else is there? I mean, really, was it a mystery? Were you surprised? You know what you're walking into. So, you know, even if you come to one of my shows, you know, I mean, it depends who you're watching that night. You know, you might have a comic you don't agree with, and then you start having a verbal spat between each other. You know, then it can get really bad. But you know, that's just how it is. As long as ideas can be exchanged, and you can still, you know, find some humor in it. You know, it's comedy, and it's art. It's art. I think it's self-expression. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say, you know, your comedy doesn't work over mine.
So have you ever had, you know, a joke that you regret saying or performing?
No, I don't think so. No, you know what? You know, at this point, you own everything you write. You own everything you put out there. You can, you know, you don't think comedy is not like a boomerang. You think it's gonna come back? No, it's out there. It's gonna hit people. It's going to bounce off of everybody. You don't know these people, and they're going to be affected by it. But you better own it. You know, it's yours. It came out of your mouth, and your own opinion. This is how you wanted to throw it out there, so you can't retract it. I mean, you can try to apologize, but it's yours. You put it out there. You know, so no, I've never had to retract anything. You know what? It's just, Yeah, I'm really happy with the stuff that I've written.
So, do you have a favorite comedian, or do you have someone that inspires you to write your joke?
Wow, you know what? That's that's hard. My favorite comedian is Mark Twain.
Twain.
Yeah, he's the very first stand-up comic ever. You know, he went around the world doing stand-up comedy, but no microphone. You know, he just sat on the stage on the chair and just projected and told great humorous stories, satirical tales, and he was very opinionated. You know, he was one of the true comedian activists, and it was all about keeping our morality intact, and he did this. You know, so he's my favorite stand-up comic.
Okay, so have you ever heard another joke and then thought to yourself, man, I wish I wrote that joke?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Really?
You know, and that makes you really excited that you're part of this community of stand-up. Like, wow, you know, this is very low tech. There's no tech about it. It's just you and a microphone and ideas and projecting those ideas and making them funny. Like, wow, it's almost like someone invented the greatest thing you ever needed to fix your life, and it came in a form of a joke. And like, oh my God, really? I wish that was it was right. I could have thought of that, but I didn't. So you leave it. Sometimes there's moments where, wow, you just witnessed some genius, and it was in the form of just a simple joke, you know. So you know, like one of my favorite comics, real jazz, really freestyle comic, said, you know, his name is Mitch Hedberg, and he said that you know, escalators never break, they just become stairs. Amazing, you know? It's like, oh my God, that's deep and hilarious. Oh my God, that's so funny. So every time I, you know, you see some broken escalators that I've stopped, you know, it's not broken, it's just stairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, some moments of genius like that. You wish you wrote that.
So do you think a joke works because of the delivery too, or is it mainly because of the content of the joke or the witty?
The tricky part about it is it's everything. It's all those things in real time together. You just can't say, okay, delivery first, go ahead. And then now material. No, yeah, right, side by side. Everything is parallel at the same speed. And wow, it takes practice. It really takes a lot of practice for new comics to understand the pace, that you have to be in control of the pace, of the delivery, and the reveal, you know. So yeah, it comes with time, but yeah, it's all those things together.
So how about you? How do you strike that balance between, you know, the delivery and the speech?
Just keep doing it. That's it. You know, I mean, you come up with the story, you know, your angle, your elements, and then next, being on stage. You're blocking, you know, making sure that everyone's listening, you know, that the room is ready for it. Are you ready for it? Here we go, you know. So everything has to kind of just roll out together, but it's not easy, and you learn. I mean, really, when new bits start to come out and I want to give them some stage time, you know, I really have to work the timing. It's just really, you know what, just put it out there. It was horrible, bring it back. Just bring it back to the tool shop and rework it. That's it. That's the whole process. You know, you make some rough, you know, edits, and you make them smooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you said that, you know, you hope we won't put you on the spot.
Oh no.
But
Oh no. What? I don't tell jokes.
Because recently our country has been, you know, faced with controversy with the pork barrel scam.
Oh yeah.
And you know, so much humor. There's so much humor that Filipinos have been getting from
I
it,
know.
like, with the memes that are spreading on social
Oh, yeah.
media. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
find, like what you said earlier, we find humor in everything. So, do you
God.
think you could give us samples of, you know,
Oh,
Nepal's
did you? Oh my
jokes?
God, you said sample. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Hilarious. Can you sample? Oh my gosh, you know, it was just fun watching all the posts on social media, especially from back home in the States.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious to see the Pinoy stickers on
Yeah.
all the aid stuff going to the typhoon victims. It's like, really? Like, how many more stickers? This man has more stickers than a Sanrio store, like, and now with the whole, like, this is amazing, I just like a couple days ago, there was like a big robbery over at SM, and with the hammer. Was it the Martillo gang? Yeah, the Hammer gang. And I guess who shows up? The president himself, fighting crime locally. That was amazing. So stuff like that writes itself. I can't necessarily turn it into a routine yet, but you turn on the TV. Wow, that truly is hilarious. Like, why is the president and the Interior Secretary showing up to, to solve a crime that the local cops should just be doing themselves? This is amazing. Only in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you turn on the TV and you see these kinds of news, do you automatically say na, yeah, this is funny, so I can turn this into
Yeah, you can always.
material?
Yeah, you let it kind of ferment and marinate in your head. Like, it'll turn into something, So I'll give you a sample of when it's ready. Yeah, but yeah, there's stuff like that. You always have to be really, just keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. The material presents itself, but that's more of a specialty for political comics. I'm not a political comic. Yeah, I might touch on it, but that's not my whole thing.
So what's your favorite subject to tackle on if you're not a political?
My favorite subject? Nothing in particular. Everything. Really. I think that's one of the cool things about deciding on not having one thematic style. Just there's so much stuff to talk about. I've put up 4 CDs, 3 DVDs. I've talked about a lot of stuff. I can't believe how I've mixed so many topics and genres together, over the years. But it's been 24 years, so I'm still kind of experimenting, through this process.
So what's next for you now that you've established yourself?
Just keep working. You gotta keep working. You should never feel settled. You should always feel like, you gotta keep improving and keep polishing, keep creating new stuff, and keep sharing, getting it out there. So it's always gonna be a process of. I'm never gonna feel like I'm done. Because this is what I do for a living. I gotta be on the road. I gotta make sure I connect with my audiences wherever they are. And just hey, just bring the laughter. That's it.
So do you have any message for the Pinoys this holiday season?
Yeah, just take care of yourselves, guys. Just appreciate everything we have and all the other stuff we don't have. But yeah, truly appreciate your gifts and whatever you can give back to the world, do it. Protect this world. It's ours, and make sure that we leave a good example for our children, because that's it. Because we're gonna go first, and they're gonna have to inherit our mess, So this Christmas season, just take care of one another, and don't forget what you got.
And what should we expect for your show this time around?
Well, this Saturday, December 21st, 8 p.m., I'm going to be playing Solaire, Casino and Resort for the first time. So I'm excited. This is going to be fun, And then I've got Mike Unson joining me. But yeah, I love these big shows. This is really fun. It's a real treat for me, and I'm going to have a great time. And we're also gonna donate part of the ticket proceeds to Philippine Red Cross and Caritas Manila. So at this you can come and have fun, and also know that you're helping out our brothers and sisters down in the Visayas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Are you sure you don't want to give us a sample?
I'm sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right.